I don't know what's going on. Hmm. Interesting. Alright. Well, I'm trying to figure out this dual output thing. Not really quite getting it. But, let's see. Do 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 do. Ba da ba dum. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Eon? Aeon? Aeon? Eon? Um, I am trying to figure out uh, dual streaming. Uh, Apparently it's working on TikTok because you can see me. Um, but I have to swap back and forth between these to figure out what's going on. Bum, 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 bum. What is going on? How do I see my own live? That's what I want to know on TikTok. uh, yeah, I was thinking about just hopping in there and running around and setting up my screens and stuff. But like I was saying, I can't figure out how to see my own live because I am not very tech savvy when it comes to all these other who's ma what's, what do you call them, social media stuff. Like I get, a lot of it, but I didn't even know I could go live on TikTok until yesterday, and now I don't know. Like, how are you watching me right now? That's what. uh, but yeah, I was gonna hop in there and just check out a couple things. I just unlocked some of the new goofy sets there in the Who's and What's, the Battle Pass, the Lego Pass. So I figure I'd at least go check those out. Uh, I wonder where I left in Caverns and Klombos. I could show off the tower that. Oh, can I get to the locker quick enough? Do I want to? Yeah, I'll be me. I'll be me. It was either this or the Cavern Masters. Can I see some Star Wars stuff? Yeah, we could go check out my survival stuff. Um, or are you talking about Star Wars builds? I abandoned the Star Wars building, uh, geez, like a year ago. So really, all I have is my survival, like rebel base thing, which I was back in the day. Like upgrading and updating, but I haven't been back to my survival world pretty much since the first Star Wars update, and then um, the start of Caverns and Klombos. Uh, so, ba, 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 ba. Yeah, I still don't know how to see myself live on TikTok. That's what I'm supposed to be figuring out on here, but uh, yeah, we'll see. I'll figure it out eventually. Um, are you Darth Vadering in response to me not making Star Wars stuff anymore? Dun 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 dun. Oh, I know where I am. Need to get out of here. Nobody's supposed to see this. Shoo. do 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 do. A little laggy as it loads in, but ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. All right. Saved by the bell. This is Khan's Tower. This is where the players are currently in Kaverns Klombos. It is 256 meters tall, um, and it is only 3 meters shy of world height due to bad math on my part. But not being racist, it looks like the Twin Tower. Um, yeah, it. I built it when way back when. Um, this is if you watch K and K, I mentioned it then. All the bus stations are pretty much the order that things were built in this world. So like bus station 6 is when they got abducted and had to fight the PvP pay-per-view event. And this bus station here is bus station 7. So this was built pretty much the same time as like Cutlass Cove, that whole area, when they first came to the Lost Isles, like when the Daily Bugle set came out. But here's a little behind the scenes lore, since nobody's gonna watch this ever anyways, because in a minute it's just gonna be me fiddling around with settings. Um, do 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 do. Khan's Tower, which is gone now. Silly draw distance. Uh, the idea being that Khan's whole point of building the tower was to quote unquote claw at the gods, because Khan knows some stuff about the world that is becoming apparent as time goes on. But yeah, so this is oh, well, lag. Come on, you can do it. Maybe you can't. Lagging out. Yeah, this is a giant cat's claw uh, that is like pawing at the battle bus as it flies over. But we won't find that out until next week or the week after, so don't tell anybody. But yeah, I'm gonna check some of my settings and stuff. Like I was saying, this is mainly to get a look at how everything actually looks. I still don't know how to see myself live on TikTok because I'm silly. Uh, I gotta go TikTok Studio or something. Probably gotta go to TikTok Studio or something. What's up, Mike Long? Welcome. This is just me testing out. Hey, what's up, Drone? Didn't see you come in because I got to flip-flop back and forth between chats. But yeah, okay, you can see my inventory, so I did that right. But yeah, I was just showing off the tower. I know I don't think it loaded in completely on everybody else's screen when we first joined. Um, I know on mine because you know the the limitations of all of us streaming together or playing together. It wasn't even like half of it that was seen. So uh, yeah, those little tabs sticking out the side are my work locations. It's to save me from having to climb the entire tower every time. Uh, let's see. I'm gonna switch back over to the other chat. What's up, Smiles? I'm just trying to figure out this whole dual output vertical streaming nonsense. So I'm trying to set up a look in my scene editor here. I've been switching back and forth, so it makes it hard to figure out what I'm doing. But I also wanted to show off a little bit of what we've been up to in Kaverns and Klombos as as I try and do that. Do 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 do. The red floor is actually carpet. It's mm, it's from it might be from the Lion's Night set. Here, I can look. Uh, Yep, Lion Knight's castle set, the nightly rug. It comes in like center pieces and edge pieces. Uh, it's pretty cool. Um, but yeah, the idea is in Caverns and Klombos, the owner of this tower is Shere Khan, you know, like from the Jungle Book. But he's an anthropomorphic tiger, and it's a giant, first of its kind skyrise, and it's just full of you know, people laboring away at various menial jobs, doing paperwork, etc., etc. Floors and floors of offices, and you know, just hallways and hallways. It's a lot harder to find your way through here if you don't know where you're going. No, not that way. I'm just kidding. I knew where I was going. I think it's this one. No, I lied. It's this one. Um, but my players uh, finished off the evening in this room, uh, and yeah, we'll pick it up from there next time. Uh, just a fun little spot. Ooh, let me find a nice wall to hang out on. But yeah, they'll figure out how to get through this room, and then there's you know, more challenges ahead after that. Um, let's see, did my phone ever? Dun 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 dun. Yeah, no, I have no idea how to see my stream on TikTok. That's hilarious. Well, I'll just presume that it's working since people are here. But yeah, next week, Tuesday, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, we play Caverns and Klombos. Uh, we've got 4 players. They come out each week and play LEGO D&D with me, and we use LEGO Fortnite Odyssey as the tabletop. And it's a good time. Uh, Currently, they're seeking Khan uh, to interrogate him about some things going on in the world, but also to enact revenge upon him. The party was betrayed by him once upon a time, and ended up being framed and going to prison for several weeks, which those are some fun episodes. I've got a YouTube channel. It's linked for sure down below, or on my channel, or on my profile rather. And yeah, next week will be like episode 60. Um, So we've been doing that, for 60 straight weeks because without fail, every Tuesday hey, what's up, Sarah? Um, we get together and play. Um, it used to be on Mondays back when I would stream on Twitch, but now on YouTube and apparently on TikTok. We're going to be doing it uh, Tuesday nights, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Um, oh yeah, when the sets came back, yeah, 'cause it came back as like a weird bundle. It wasn't the whole set. Yeah, I remember that now. Hey, Wounded Paws, how are you? Sorry I didn't catch you right when you popped in. And Elm, Elmain Diablo. I hope I figured it out. Welcome. Uh, love my builds. Hey, thank you very much. Yeah, we're just hanging out because like I mentioned earlier, I'm trying to figure out um this dual output thing, and I think like I've got it going on TikTok and YouTube right now. So apparently we're going to be on both streams from now on. And I got little widgets on the other stream, and things are moved around, and I'll have to go back. All right. So because I'm not in a call, my headset keeps thinking that nothing's happening, and turning itself off. I have to turn it back on. It's a whole thing. But yeah, this is what the stream's gonna look like. Thank you, everybody who popped in. Like I said, I'm really just messing around, trying to figure out this dual El Main Diablo. Hey, I got it right. I got it right. At first, I was struggling, but yeah, I was like Elm, Indian. No, that's not it. But I'm glad I figured it out, and thank you for popping in. Definitely come check out what we're doing on Tuesdays when we've got the whole crew. Trone is one of the players further up in chat there. And we got Monday Olives, Remy Lexington, and Spicy Plays as well. Um, so like I was saying, we get together, we play Lego D&D. I've been building a world for all of this craziness to happen in. Um, there's a lot going on in this world. This is one of the main sections. This is the capital. All 5 of these villages together are one huge town. Um, oh, you know what? Here, you guys want to see the cool, creepy town I built? Uh, so there's a character in in my campaign, a non-player character that the players interact with, named the Onceler, which is from the Lorax. And we're doing like a kind of reverse thing with, so in this, Shere Khan would be like the Lorax, but reverse Lorax, and the Onceler is like actually the good guy. So Shere Khan creates this factory town, like the Onceler does in the Lorax, and then after all the resources run out and the money stops coming in, everybody abandons the town. So this is Shere Khan's abandoned factory town. Everything is built in impossible places, and as you can tell, on very odd angles and leaning deeply. I wanted to give like a really like imposing feel to town. Uh, so on top of that, I had the players come through. at night. So all these windows glow green, all the boarded windows. And then tossed out a bunch of skeletons for them to fight as they made their way through town. But I just feel like it gives a really like eerie kind of vibe to town. Like this house looks like it's coming to get you a little bit. Um, but yeah, I came up with a technique to move and manipulate prefabs, and then just started putting them where they shouldn't be, and came up with a way to lean them in different directions. Uh, and yeah, so town's got a little bit of a wonky feel to it, but it's abandoned, so you can see here even this tower pitches, forward, to the right. Here, different buildings have extreme pitches. But yeah, we didn't do any real exploring through here. That was just like more like a scene, of them on their way to the tower itself, which as we get closer, and yeah, as far as the campaign, the players are right about here on the building. So we got a little ways to go. They made it through the office. Well, they made it through the lobby. They did a lot actually last session. They traveled all the way here. They made it through the lobby. Uh, Tricked some guards to get access to the stairs. Made it through the office, and now they are at the MC Escher room. They called it Hogwarts during the stream, which how I didn't think of that is pretty funny. But um, oh no, trust me, there's parts that have hit complexity. It's super frustrating the way it works actually. I can still build everywhere below there, but then there's a 40-meter section where I can't build anything anymore. Which luckily I had already built all the staircases and everything all the way up. Um, and then eventually it turns to jump pads. Not gonna lie, I got tired of building stairs. But every three stories, there's a floor all the way up. Um, and then yeah, I'm pretty sure the complexity chunks, in addition to being 45 by 45 meters on the ground, are also 45 meters by 45 meters high as well. So because I built the structure itself first, like no one section of it was at complexity. And I think then what happens is as I filled up the bottom, there's a little chunk in the middle that, has been nudged into complexity by being so close to that, if that makes sense. And then again, it opens up again after it. And I presume the same thing's going to happen coming down from the top. Like it's going to be fine building until a point, and then there's going to be a chunk. So yeah, I still it's not done from that tab down to it's got to be on the back side of the building. Uh, okay, maybe this back side of the building. Yep, there. From that tab to that tab is areas I still need to work on. That's not right. Look at me, telling you untruths. That's interesting that I did it like that. So there, yeah, there we go. From there to there. Uh, and I have some ideas to fill it up. But like I was saying, every floor has uh, or every three has floors that go to it. It's high enough up that I have a second village square in the tower. Hey, what's up, Haskins? Yeah, I'm just I was checking out. I'm trying out dual streaming. Apparently, I'm on TikTok right now as well. Which now that I mention it, I haven't checked in a minute. Uh-oh, I should have checked sooner because Eon has a big question. What's the big question there, Eon? But yeah, that's what I'm currently doing in K and K. Built, of course, over a cave. So I don't know if you've seen this, Haskins. Actually, Khan's Tower. This is an old build. This is from back when the Daily Bugle set first came out. Uh, never mind those tabs up there. That's me. That's access points for me to get in, so I don't have to keep taking the stairs every time. Should I come back to Lego Fortnite? Why not? Uh, I know it's got its issues. It always has had its issues, but it's still a great game. You know, the amount of stuff that I've built for K and K that hasn't been seen yet, like the game still has its potential. It has that Lego potential. Um, you know, if you have the like drive and like the ambition and the imagination to just keep building new stuff with what we've got, then yeah, definitely come back to Lego. Um, but if you need your game to, my headset, because I'm not connected to Discord, keeps thinking that I'm done. So it keeps disconnecting. Unfortunately, I'll have to remedy that. See, normally when we're playing Caverns and Klombos, we play it in a Discord call. So my headset thinks, oh, you're hearing things, you're doing things. But because I have this set up right now, just attached to Streamlabs instead of the way I normally have it set up, uh, it doesn't like me much today. But yeah, I love the game. I think it's great. You know, I know we're not getting the quality of life updates that we think we should be getting. We're not getting the content we think we should be getting. But we gotta consider the amount of IPs involved, the amount of companies, the amount of paperwork that needs to be signed, the amount of this and that that needs to be moved around in the real world for something to happen in the game. Um, I'm sure Lego didn't walk up and just say, "Hey, you guys should build us a game and do whatever." I'm sure other IPs aren't like, "Hey, you can't just take our IP and do whatever." So there's got to be, a lot of like communication behind the scenes. There's got to be a lot of, you know, uh, waiting to find out on Monday that has to happen. Like, yeah, we like to say, oh, it's so easy, you just write a line of code and it's better, but someone needs permission to write that line of code. And because it, concerns so many different agencies and companies, uh, they can't move at the pace that, a lot of people feel like they should be. And, it's understandable, you know. It's unfortunate, you know. Uh, I know that a lot of us have seen the potential of what this game could be, and should be, and that, sometimes it seems like the development and the direction is a little off the rails. We have updates where things don't go well, and it's unfortunate. But um, if you don't want to find a spire and you want to just build a cool thing off in the jungle, you know, like I'm afraid to turn enemies on right now because I think somebody might my spire might get lasered down. But luckily I'm in sandbox. I can just throw some more out. Um, but I see all the complaints on Reddit. I see all on Facebook. Any social media platform really, um, where yeah, like there's things in the game that should be fixed that haven't been. But again, it all comes down to, I think, you know, needing all of the departments to be on the same page, and et cetera, et cetera. You know, um, but if you're playing to build Lego and you're not worried about finding spiders, or you're not, super concerned about the second banana village or how long it took to show up, it's a great game. You know, I would love that they had more direction for sure. Absolutely, I would love that they communicated more with the community. Excuse me. Whether that be through like a Trello board, or a dedicated Reddit for just talking to the public, getting our feedback. But I really feel like the people out there who are now involved are like listening to a lot of stuff. I mean, like we just got vertical nudging, which awesome. We could have used it when the game came out, but oh well. You know, I think a lot of it boils down to just like impatience. We get excited for a thing that we especially want to happen. When it doesn't happen, we get disappointed. But for all the free aspects of the game, it's amazing. This is incredible that I can turn on my video game system, boot up a free game that has this free game as part of it, and then I can just, you know, do crazy stuff. Can I build a one-to-one scale replica of the Taj Mahal? No. But at the same time, as far as this game goes, what purpose does that actually serve? Like this building, for example, in a survival world, would serve absolutely no purpose whatsoever. There's no advantage to having this building. You know, um, do I wish it had a little more of the capacity of, say, like Minecraft, or some other game, like this game is kind of based on? Sure. But like Sirius saying in the YouTube chat, the game's still young. you know Something that's always kind of you know I feel like escapes people's attention is that when they started this with at the same time as like the rocket racing and festival and all that, it was an experiment. They didn't know if it was going to work. They didn't know if anybody was going to play it even. So for the updates that we have gotten, and it being like such a young game, uh, I'm impressed with what we've got going on. And if you can think outside the box, and maybe you want to make a weird spooky town where all the buildings lean in at you as you walk by them, you can do that kind of stuff. You just you know you gotta push that. You gotta, maybe the game wasn't meant to do it. Maybe like flipping pieces, stuff like that. I'm sure that they didn't intend for us to be able to do that. But the game can be pushed in a lot of different ways. You just got to be willing to put in the time. And that's like I was saying a little earlier, that's I think that's part of it is we're looking for that instant gratification. We don't want to build 256 meters of the same windows, you know, just so at night we can get that blue light up top. Uh, but yeah, for those of you who weren't here earlier, and just because it looks so good at night, let me show you the crowning jewel of this build, which again is supposed to be a surprise in a couple weeks for my players. Uh, but yeah, uh, time is everything, Haskins says. Um, yeah, and that's part of it too. You either have the time to sink into the game for whatever reason, or you don't. And there's no like shortcuts to you know building crazy stuff. Really, you have to sink that time, and you have to put in the effort, and you have to you know. Uh, but yeah, this was built long before you could do things on 45s and et cetera, et cetera. But it's a giant cat's paw, and it's clawing at the gods as they fly over. Because in my campaign world, uh, all magic is technology, and technology is magic, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, this is a giant cat's paw on the top of Khan's Tower. This is where they derive the term skyscraper from in my game world. And its purpose, because it does have a purpose, will be revealed in some future episode of K&K. Um, that was a long way down. But yeah, 256 meters to the top, 3 meters shy of world height because I'm bad at math. Yeah, it's like a cat reaching and like pawing for his toy. um, let's see. TikTok. I still can't figure out how to see my live on TikTok, which is pretty funny. I feel like it should just be like my face has a circle on it. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, part of the reason why I'm going, like I was saying, normally we're in a Discord call, and right now because it's just hooked up to the laptop, my headset keeps thinking nothing is happening, so it keeps turning itself off. So I apologize for that. I'll have that. Like I was saying, that doesn't happen during Caverns and Klombos because we're all in the same Discord call. So, but yeah, I'm gonna get out of here because, like I was saying, I was just trying to figure out this dual output thing. And I appreciate everybody coming out on both platforms. Fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, darn it. I know Elm. Or El Main Diablo. I called you Elm. My goodness. Jiminy Cricket. But yeah. Um, there may be further tests throughout the coming days, but I'll have it sorted out for Kaverns Klombos on Tuesday for sure. But yeah, thank you everybody in both chats for coming out. That's awesome. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I used to stream on Twitch, Haskins, but I haven't in a long time. That's something I might check out too, where I send my second output to. But yeah, definitely successful test stream. Thank you, main Diablo. But yeah, like I was saying, that'll be sorted well before the next one. But yeah, use code LONGTOM, subscribe to my channel, do all the things, and I will catch you folks on the next one.